Okay guys, hope everybody's well. I'm at Pendlehill. I'm using my phone today and these new Hollyland mics I bought. I'm gonna hike right to the top of this hill, up the steps, along the top and back down. It's a very autumnal day, very atmospheric in this area. Pendle, well known for the witches, the Pendle witches, and it really is a strange atmosphere, especially in this sort of weather. So I'm using my phone. My phone's in my pocket, so I'll just let it record away and speak with this mic I've got clipped on. Something different. I thought some of you guys might want to come along and experience this fluid walk, or as fluid as I can get it. Should be fluid really. I'm not going to be talking away all the time. We're just going to chill out. And if you can see up here, there's Pendlehill, and that's what I'll be heading up to the top of the. So like I said, I'm using my phone. My phone is in my pocket, sticking out a bit so I can record. You won't be seeing me personally, you'll just be seeing the view. I may get things out of shot sometime. This camera's facing forward, so I'll have to tilt forward and backwards to show you anything in particular. This is one of the more popular routes up Pendlehill. Lots of tourists, especially in summer. Not too bad at this time of year, not too bad in the week time as well, but summertime on a weekend it can get quite busy. Not busy enough where you can't move, but for this area quite a few people about. This area is like a setting from the American War in London, and I'm really enjoying this sort of recording already. I think it's a great way of doing it, especially in the winter when it's colder. I'm not holding the camera up, I've got both hands in my pocket. I'm just walking along with the camera filming, the microphone clipped onto my collar, talking away to anyone else. It looks like I'm just talking to myself. Well, I have to do that, who cares? Just spin around. It's a very stealthy way of recording. I do like this. We use this method more in other videos. I used it at Pendlehill to try and get more information out of the staff, because if you're pointing a camera in their face, they're not likely to get engaged in a conversation about the place in the same way. When I'm out and about, nipping into shops and cafes, some interesting shops around here. There's one called Witches Galore in Newchurch. We'll have a look in that in another video. They sell all the Pendle Witches memorabilia. It's very windy today, but I'm hoping this microphone does a good job. I have got a wind buffer on this microphone and my collar as well. So down this little path. So as fluid as possible for this channel, because I do want to mention from time to time the unexplained things in this area. But I will be uploading this video to my other channel, which is just about the outdoors. So if you're watching for that channel, it won't be as fluid, because I will be cutting segments out about certain things which that channel isn't really about. That's just this channel. So it could be quite a long video. I think these particular phone I've got will record an hour of footage maximum before resetting, then you've got to press record again, so we'll have to check that. So obviously I'll have to cut that bit and edit it together. Lovely woodlands there. The wildcats, the big cats, puma lynx, all seen in this area. You can imagine one just walking through that bit there. UFO sightings are so common around here day and night. Lots of UFO sightings, and the most paranormally active place in the UK, it's supposed to be. And obviously well known for the Pendle witches, the history of the Pendle witches, the fact that it was such a lawless area back centuries ago. I personally think these people who were tried and hung for witchcraft were innocent people. It wasn't angels by any stretch, like I said before, but I don't think they deserved hanging, just caught up in bad times, I think. Surprising, even on a day like this, there's a few people about on the hill coming up and down. I think I've got this camera facing as forward as I can do. I can manoeuvre it if you want to look. Certain things. Aye, mate. I'll pass it on. I will blur their faces out, just out of respect. Not everybody wants to be on camera. So this is the start of the climb. I'm going to take my time, it is a steep one. Aye. So what I'm going to do, climb up the steps, over the top, down another path to the left hand side, bit of a circle, quite a hike, but enjoy a great view from up there. So it's a real climb this, and you're going to hear me getting out of breath, as does everybody or most people who take this hike. It really is steep. So I won't be talking much. As you know, when you're doing a hard hike, it's best not to talk too much, conserve your breath. So it could be around 2 hours long, this video, I understand. If you don't want to watch it all, and you want to skip forward a bit, it's fair enough. I just thought I'd record the whole thing. Take a look around at the view. It's actually quite mild today for this time of year. It's quite warm. I think I'm actually a bit overdressed. Noticed a couple of people with t-shirts. Well, I don't think it's that warm, but I could be overdressed. I'll just take my time. Because I've got this microphone on my collar right next to my mouth, it will be picking up my breathing, and I will be getting out of breath climbing this. So I hope it's not too much and overtakes the audio. It's a steep one. I'll keep stopping. Not as young as you used to be, guys. I'm not as young. 50 now. But plenty of life in me yet. You know, when I was younger, I used to jog up here with a backpack on, with some weights in. I used to bring people up here training them when I was doing personal training, fitness training. Jog with some people up here, but more often than not walk. And loads of time, right to the top, right over the edge, down the other side. I was training a guy, and he actually said that weren't too bad. I said, I bet you couldn't do it again though. He said, is that a challenge? I said, yeah, thinking he was going to say no way. He said, come on. So we had to go around again. Taught me a lesson, keep my mouth shut in future. I was training him, he ended up training me, I suppose. But it's very deceiving. It feels warm down here. Not much of a breeze just here, depending where the wind's coming from as to how you get the breeze and how strong it is. But I guarantee once we get to the top, it will be blowing a gale up there, and I'll be glad I am wrapped up. Horrible.
Told me this minute now that she's having sort of symptoms again of what it used to be like. Now, some of it's dizziness, heart palpitation, very low energy. So I was hoping I could get the doctor to do some for
Sort of taking my time. Keep moving around, showing you the view. Get a bit further up. Because I'm using my phone. This is iPhone 14 and Pro Max. The footage shouldn't be too bad. May not be as good as the GoPro, but it should be okay. Have a minute, spin round. This is the killer. Once you get to the top, which you're a while off yet, it's a lot easier. You get that breeze, that wind cools you down, and then obviously it's downhill from the other side. I must have walked this track so many times. I think the last time I was up here I was collabing with two channels. Wayne from the channel Brickhead and Mother Wolf. I'll leave the link to Wayne's channel in the description. And Mick McLaren from the Winter Hill investigation team. I'll leave the link in the description. And another guy called Brett come along. And it was great, we had a great time. Cooked up something to eat down at the clough and then walked right up from that side to the top of here, down this side. Full day of a job, it was brilliant. Just discussing the channels and discussing the unexplained. I think Wayne said he saw a big cat up here once. And that was towards the well, top of the woodland in Barley. So we took a walk up through these woodlands up to the place. He said he saw this cat and he explained the details to Mick. He does like to take reports of anything unexplained people see. You can't report things to Mick. If you go to his channel, the link is in the description. I think he has an email address which you can contact. Great day it was. Sometimes I have a little scratch of the face like you do. I hope my hand isn't coming up in front of the camera. I'll try and keep it to the side. So a few people about, not too bad. So yeah, the last time I did this climb was like I've just mentioned, and that was back in the summer, towards the beginning of summer, I think. Actually, I think I have done it once since, but I always forget, and I think a lot of people do, forget how steep this little bit actually is. Check out the view. That wind is getting up. I think it always helps. Anything like this, if you have a minute every so often, surprising how quick it can refresh your legs. And if you are new to the channel, my name is Mick. All I do is get out in the countryside and the coastlines of the UK, filming the great outdoors, going out at night time with night vision equipment and different cameras to try and film the unexplained, whether it's UFOs, paranormal, big cats, cryptids, in these sort of places. Like I said, Pendlehill well known. Get going. There's a couple of people starting to catch up, and I like my own space. It's the first time I've used this Hollyland wireless mic for recording in this sort of situation. I've used it when it's been out of my pocket, recording certain things, but not when the phone has been in my pocket and the receiver is in my pocket. Just hoping it picks up the signal okay and doesn't get blocked anyway. I did test it did seem okay. I'm sure this is getting steeper every time I come up here. I might get in a bit older. Just have a minute. Great view. Thinking about this path, if you've never been before, you can see that. I think that'll be in view. You think you reach the top, but you get to the top of but there's a way bit to go yet. But I really do like this way of recording. I just hope the footage is clear. I hope the sound is clear whilst his phone is in my pocket, and if all's good, that's great. So my hands are free. I can put them in my pocket. At the moment they're swinging away to my side. It's a lot more stealth, a lot more comfortable really, rather than holding up a camera. Let's have a minute. There's no rush. No, there's a wind. There's a real wind up here. This is going to test this mic. It really is. I might make a separate video about this testing the Hollyland Lark M2 mics. I'll do it now, a quick one. I'll go short, I think. So guys, I'm testing the Hollyland mics Lark M2. They are wireless mics and stood at the top of Pendlehill. It is extremely windy. I'm using these mics now with my phone. My phone is actually in my pocket, at least the receiver part of it is, so I can freely record. And I have got one of the wind buffers on the mics which comes with the camera. How does it hold up? What does it sound like? Well, you're listening to it now, so let me know. Let me know, guys. This is the Hollyland mic. It's a Lark M2. Let me know. There we go. Sometimes I do that as I'm out and about. I'm mixing a little video like that for a short or something. Usually I would edit it out the footage, but I want this fluid, really. Well, as fluid as I can do, because I do know I will have to start the recording over again after an hour with this phone and then splice it together so as fluid as it can be. I hope I said Hollyland now, not just then, not Hollywood, but I was recording a review for this and I had to redo it twice because I kept saying Hollywood. Surprising what sticks in your head, doesn't it? Hollyland. So over there, just push this camera down a bit. I think it will be centre screen. Like I said, guys, I can't see the screen. The phone is in the pocket of my jacket here. That is Akin Woods, or Atkin Woods, however you want to pronounce it, next to the Black Moss reservoirs. And that woodland is also known as the Pendle sculpture trail. It's a trail for the woodlands with all sorts of sculptures to do with the Pendle witches. It's a great walk, quite steep. Been through a few times in the daytime, been at night time. Yeah, definitely recommended. And that woodland down there in Barley, next to, I think, are they called the Ogden reservoirs? Just to the back of there is where Wayne said he saw a big cat. It's a great woodland. It's a very steep walk up there. Some massive trees in there. I've cooked many steaks in that woodland. It really is quite a secluded little place. Obviously it's not huge, you can tell, but once you're inside it, you could easily walk around all day, do a bit of camping. It's great. Surprising when you stop for a minute like that, because I was showing you that. Oh, you just recover your legs. At the minute I feel I can run up here. I won't try it. It really is. Another advantage of this sort of recording, that's why I'm hoping the footage is going to be decent. I mean, I'll always use the GoPro for, you know, shorter shots, but the batteries run out so quick on these GoPros. Then you've got to put the footage to the app, get the footage of the app to your phone. They overheat quick if you're in, you know, warm weather recording for any length of time. They really seem to overheat, especially inside. I mean, they're great cameras, great footage, great sound. Got a friend up there, a crow, but they are a pain, really. I mean, they are an action camera, aren't they? That's what they're made for. They're not really made for recording long hikes slowly away. There are other cameras for that, but they're convenient, you see. They're small, you can clip them to all sorts. Picture quality is brilliant, sounds good. Stabilisation is excellent, absolutely excellent. So a lot of people doing this sort of thing do use them cameras. But this is great. Just for today, maybe, we'll see how it goes. Oh, that wind's brilliant. So, because I'm quite warm, I've overwrapped today, I've overwrapped for today. That's nice. I've done many scar watches, guys, from the top of here. Stayed out alone till 2-3 in the morning. Sometimes I stayed out all night, having its camera running. Captured some very strange things in them skies. I've set trail cameras up. The last time I did that was a week or two ago. I was going to mention that in another video, but I'll tell you now, nothing, well, at least nothing unusual was caught on these trail cameras. A rabbit, a couple of birds, that was it. Thank you. So we're just reaching the top now. For a climb, but for the area, if you're into hiking and mountain climbing, it's nothing. I think it's one of the steepest little climbs in this area. One thing I like about recording fluid is, well, you're recording all the time, so you're going to pick up anything what's out there, whether it's skies or landscape. You just never know. It won't be a story, will it? It'll be a video. What I'm going to do though, there's another trail over there. I think that leads down to the Downham side. Pendlehill, mentioned that in the video. The film Whistle Down the Wind, if you heard of that. Part of it was filmed in Downham, more of it was filmed just half a mile, 3/4 of a mile out of Downham towards a place called Worston. You get down that way. But I'm going to, in a minute, to switch the recording off, because I don't want the camera switching off without me knowing. and me talking away, missing the footage. So I'll switch it off and I'll reset it to go again, because we've reached the top now. All I've got to do is walk along the top and down the other side. Hope you're enjoying, guys. Just something a bit different. So I've just checked the camera, it was still running, it was still connected to this mic. That's great. And I could have had it running for another 20 minutes or so really, because I think it does reset after 1 hour. It was only on 40 minutes, but I've reset it anyway, just in case. But everything seems to be running and connected. That's great. And this is a real wind up there. It's a real wind. Probably get strong as we get to the top. Actually, what I will do when I get up here is quickly do that Hollyland mic little video again, because it's a better view from up here. I'm literally right at the top. The wind should be howling, so I get a proper idea then. And I'll get the order of the name of the equipment right as well. All good fun, guys, when you're out recording. That way is over towards the Clitheroe side, Sabden, and then you're going over to the Bleasdale Fells, or that area, if you know this area. And you can't see it from this side, the coastline, and then you go up to the Lake District, probably down in that direction would be Wales. Well, that way is heading north, east, over there towards Tobberden. Tobberden, well known for the Alan Godfrey UFO encounter. I've mentioned that so many times. Look into that fascinating encounter by a police officer in 1980 over in Tobberden. You know, when I've come up here recording in the past with a GoPro, I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but you can't take the edge of it because you having to hold the camera up, change the batteries, deal with overheating, put the camera in a bag, get it out of the bag. I feel today like I'm just having one of my hikes with not even recording anything for YouTube. So much more comfortable. That's why I'm hoping it just all holds up. I'm hoping the picture is good. And with these mics and the wind buffer, I'm hoping the sound is good. And the phone will run on a lot longer than the GoPro, that's for sure. I'll be honest, I felt that going up there then, I felt that a little bit, because I haven't done it for a few months. Like anything else, the more you do it, the easier it gets. But I used to do that weekly, twice a week maybe. I had to start doing that particular climb more, or climb similar to that. I love a part of recording like this and taking you guys along. A lot of you have been on this channel for quite a while now, and this really is raw. This is, you know, you see now what I see is that when I come up here and record little pieces to camera with the GoPro. Definitely a better way I personally think. Some people obviously will drop off the video with it being probably around 2 hours long, but some people will love it. And these mics as well are supposed to run for hours from a full charge, so there's no worry there. We've got up here a little pumpkin on the top of Pendlehill. Let's have a look. Pendle witch. Look at that, that's great. So let's do this little video. Okay guys, I'm at the top of Pendlehill. It's very windy. I'm testing the Hollyland Lark M2 wireless mic with my phone, and basically this is it. How does it sound? The wind is howling. I have got the little wind buffer on that comes with the mic, so I thought I'll let you guys know exactly how this mic is. And the mic, after a full charge, does last for hours. It's stayed connected so far, absolutely no problem connecting it to my phone. You just plug the receiver into your phone, it looks for the mic, the connected, takes seconds. And there's a real wind up here, and this mic is great, definitely recommended. There we go guys, what do you think of that? Somebody walking behind me would probably think because I just stood here with my hands in my pocket. I think I'm talking to myself. I do have Amazon affiliate links in the description. I don't like keep going on about them, they're just there so people can find any equipment I use easily on the channel. I might make a few quid a month, and I mean a few quid, but they're just there to help people out. I don't want to mention them in every little video, because I think in a small video like that, like I've just done about the Hollyland mic, it sounds great. It sounds like a true review. Somebody who's out in the wilds in the wind, and then at the end of the video I go, link in the description, Amazon affiliate, do check it out, I will make a commission. Then it sounds like everything you just said before is bullshit and you're just trying to make a few quid. You know what I mean? That's what I think sometimes. I'm just going to show guys this. I'm going to have kind of sit down on this grass. How wet is it? Let's just. It's not too bad. I can sit down. I can have a minute. It's not too bad. Great view from up here. I mean, I'm right on the edge actually, but I didn't realise how close I was there. Turn that camera around, you can see how steep it is up there where I've just climbed up. There are steeper climbs there, that's now compared to most mountains, but for this area it's not too bad. good dark skies up here when you're up here at night time, and there's a clear night. You can see thousands, if not millions, of stars. You can see the Milky Way, the wispiness of the Milky Way. You see all sorts moving about, guys. Before I started this channel, I was talking to a guy who used to go out sky watching. He lived on the other side in Sabden, and he said he challenges anyone to come up here on the dark, clear night and see if you can explain everything you see in the skies, because he said there's all sorts moving about, changing directions, lights appearing, disappearing, and I've witnessed all that. He's right. He just challenged people to say, well, that's just a satellite, that's just a meteor, and so on and so on. A lot of unexplained things. Doesn't mean off-world. A lot of secret military tech about. But if it's something you can't look at and think, right, well, I know what that is, and you know, you're a bit stuck to know what it is, if you know what I mean, then at that time, at least to you, it's unexplained. You can imagine this area hundreds of years ago with the witches. I thought there would have been these roads around, maybe some little paths for the horses. A lot less farmland, I believe. It were a lot more forest over here. I think most of this land we're looking at now were forest. That's where the witches lived, in different parts of the forest, the woodlands. And little hovels, I think they call them. Just little houses put together by bits of bits of stone and clay. And if one family wanted to go and see another family of people, then it was a trek through the woodlands. And quite a long trek. I think they were quite well spread apart. But there was, you know, there was civilization. There were properly built houses. Like I said, Alice Nutter, she was well off. She owned a lot of land and property. There were some big, well-built houses and mansions about. But a lot of people just lived in little homemade huts in the woods. And now look at it, it's all farmland. Fascinating. Right, let's get going. I've been up a few times in the snow up here. Once I came up, it had been snowing quite deep, and there were overhangs, what they call crevasses, which look like the ground you can step on, but it was just overhanging snow that had drifted right over. Very dangerous. And one time when it come up, it come on snowing that heavy. It was a complete whiteout. I think that's the only proper whiteout I've experienced. I could barely see the hands in front of my face. I can definitely understand how people can get in trouble in the mountains in that weather. Luckily this was just one very heavy snow shower. It lasted about 10 minutes and then cleared away. The best thing to do like that is just, if you're not sure, and especially if you're near the edge of hills and mountains, just keep up. Just, you know, sometimes it depends where you are. It is best to keep walking, keep warm, but not when you can't see where you're going and there's drops. We'll have no chance if you went over. So 10 minutes it cleared it fine, but I can imagine in the mountains when this weather comes on for hours. It's no wonder people lose their lives. It's a great view over there. The Clough, Ogden Clough. See if that camera can see it. Spent many time hiking around there, cooking. Many scar watches, and then over there to the other side is more towards the Sabden side again. Spent many nights there, many scar watches, filmed many videos on all different points of this hill. And And if you've never been to Pendlehill before, as you're driving along the roads down in the towns, you'll see Pendlehill. It really does rise up from the ground, and everybody says it has such an eerie look about it. Beautiful, but eerie. So guys, what I'm doing now, I'm heading back down. Well, I've gone over the top. I'll come up the other side. I've gone over the top, down to the bottom of this path, and then I'll be going down the other side of this hill, back down to where I started. Still a good half an hour, and I'm going to keep recording. But I'm just going to chill now and enjoy this hike. I won't be saying anything else. So now I'll say thank you for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe. Thanks for interacting. Thank you all members, patrons. Thank you to anyone who hikes my videos. That's great. I hope you've enjoyed this. Different way of recording, different sort of video. Very fluid. Using my phone and mics. My hands are free. They're in my pocket now. A lot easier for me to record this way. But I'll always use the other methods. It depends what sort of video I'm doing. Oh, it's great to be here. If you can get out, guys, get out. I know a lot of people can't. I know a lot of people say that's why they love watching my videos and videos like them, because they can't get out, and it lets them see the outdoors and experience it in a certain way. I know Cliff's, a guy called Cliff on the channel, Cliff Fitzjohn, said the other day he went for a hike. He likes to walk alone like I do, but it come on raining heavy, so he went back home. But I'd been out earlier on and gone for a hike, different part of the country. It was dry, so he went back home and he saw my video, watched it. I think he said he was a bit annoyed that he had to go home with the rain, but he watched my video, it cheered him up, and he said it's like he's had his walk. It made him feel like he'd been out for a walk. So that's what it's all about. It's great, anything like that. It's the same for all channels who record this sort of thing. Just helps people who can't get out, just helps them enjoy the outdoors by watching these videos. And people who can get out, maybe it will give them ideas and inspire them to get out, or get out more. A lot of people have said that. Right guys, so that's it. It's going to run for another half hour, and unless something dramatic happens, that'll be all you're hearing from me. So we'll see you in another video soon. Thanks for coming along. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. There you go.